What's
What's
up, everybody?
up, everybody?
We are back for another episode of the One Set Podcast. My name is Anthony Irvin, and here's my buddy Jim. Here's my buddy Jim Green.
Here's your buddy, Buddy the Elf, everyone. All
The
right.
buddies here, as we like to say. We like to talk about WWE. We follow storylines and predict the future of those storylines. So, Jim, let everybody know where they can hit us up outside of our episodes as well.
That's the Facebook group One Set Fam. Again, that on Facebook, on the Facebook. The number.
We're messing this up bad tonight.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're bombing. Nah, it's
We're
all
good.
good spirits. We're both coming off of a great weekend. The number One Set Fam on Facebook. Come hang out with us. Let us know what you thought about SummerSlam. Let us know where you think things are heading into the fall, everybody's favorite wrestling season. And
Mhm.
if you had to predict WrestleMania from here, like what is this, 8 months out, where you think things are headed for the rest of the wrestling season, for the rest of this wrestling year. And
Yeah.
I gotta say, happy birthday to your son, little Anth, turning 6, and you had the birthday party
Yes.
yesterday. I had
a blasty blast. Turned 6 years old. I can't believe it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's been a fast 6 years. So
always sad to miss it. I have my one company's annual showcase on that weekend every year. And it is the legitimate end of my like calendar dance year and the beginning of the next one. Like once that show wraps up, it's like, okay, that is the end of this past year. And then now it's like all eyes on new projects coming up and the start of the next dance season, which is coming up in like 4 or 5 weeks. That being said, coming off of a big weekend, I had the show, so I came home and didn't start SummerSlam until around 8 o'clock both nights. So I was playing catch up most of the time. I was like, it's fine. I'll fast forward through all of those insane ads. And I gotta say, they really trimmed down on the ad time with this one, and it felt like, I mean, the overall feel of SummerSlam, it just felt way stronger than WrestleMania. It felt like WWE creative had their hand on building the show, whereas WrestleMania was definitely ran by TKO, right? Like that is
Yeah.
like that's got to be what it is, right?
I just think this felt more of like a traditional WWE PLE. Like we had the big moments. We had, I mean, the matches were still, mostly within like the 10 to 15-minute range, which, I mean, it's kind of typical, but it just didn't feel as rushed as WrestleMania, you know? So,
Well, the matches didn't feel as short because you didn't have a lot of fluff in between the matches, right? Like, so the
that
show
too.
had a good flow to it.
It did.
Could some of the matches have gone longer? Definitely, and we'll talk about those.
Yeah.
Did we get the 2 main title matches at about a half hour? I think the Cody and CM match
Went just about a half hour, and then I think
Yeah,
Roman and Steph,
that
they
was
went a little over a half hour.
yeah. So CM and Cody went for 30 minutes and 10 seconds, and Roman and Seth went for 33 minutes and 25 seconds. So, and both matches I thought were stellar in their own rights, almost perfect. Like some small gripes, but like the overall feel was like this match feels really important. This match feels really good. Like the guys are putting in the work as top guys in the company.
Right.
And I gotta say, I almost wonder if they all feel like, hey, this is like our time is coming to an end kind of soon. Like this could be one of our last really, really good matches to put on. Let's give it literally everything that we've got. And I thought that they all delivered. I thought they all delivered.
You can definitely feel the shift of like the momentum of, the top guys that have been, in our faces the last, 10 or so years, and you're starting to see the shift of, the Obas and Brocks and everybody kind of starting to really make their way into a lot of things. It's it's a good time right now because it's like you're starting to see the underdogs and like a lot of the NXT guys who are really trying to put in the time to shine. So and we saw that tonight on Raw with the stare down with Oba and Braun Breaker, which we said just before we went live that we are stoked on that. Like just they could given that to us like yesterday, and we would have been stoked. So
Yep. Well, they had to give us something because like, and we're gonna go through SummerSlam first, and then we're gonna get to Raw. We're gonna try to stay organized here. Um, but that being said, Roman opens up Raw tonight, and LA Knight comes out, and he tells LA to get in the back of the line. He's like, unless you're winning a tournament, unless if you're, and it's like he literally laid it out there for Oba to just. I was waiting for Oba to interrupt him, and when he didn't, it's like, okay, they are keeping Oba away from Roman until WrestleMania time. So, um, once we knew Oba Femi was going to come out today, Liv Morgan, your women's world champion, defending against Io Sky. We both had Io pegged to win this,
I was very
and
surprised they kept Liv, but obviously tonight it made more sense. But yeah,
yeah, the only reason to keep Liv is like, okay, is Stephanie Vaquer around the corner? Like, is that
yeah,
going to be?
that was the only reason. I'm like, yeah, Stephanie must have to be returning on Raw, so that's why they're keeping this thing going. So, and the Becky thing was a little left field too. So I'm happy. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to that too.
absolutely. Match overall felt like I thought it was really good. I saw some
Hmm.
people have like gripes about it, and I was like, yeah, no, this match was a stellar opener. And
I
for
thought it was great. Yeah.
I thought the ending was really good with Liv going for the Oblivion, Io hitting the head spring, and
Yeah.
then uh Liv catching her with the code breaker and then getting the Oblivion on her and hitting her with the pin. I was actually really shocked and really
Hmm.
enjoyed it. Like I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
Match length went 13 minutes and 35 seconds.
Fair.
One yeah. Yeah. I mean, it didn't have to go past 15 minutes. I thought that they got done what they needed to, and for an
Hmm.
opener, you don't want a long drawn out opener anyway, so I thought it was,
Yeah.
like, pretty much just right. Like, I thought it was really good.
Just like anything,
Um
you want a match that's gonna like really, set the tone of the whole thing. And I thought, it was a good start to the whole night. Like we were talking about it last week that you're if your opener is putting on a hell of a show, it's going to really set the tone for the rest of the night. But if the opening of something is really bad, it's going to be hard to really build that momentum back up, you know.
Yep, yep. I thought they nailed it. Uh, Brandon in the chat, shout out. We're gonna get to the root beer dog when we get to Sunday. But for
Yes.
Liv to come out singing her own song, as annoying as it is, anything that a heel does that's annoying, it's like, all right, they're doing their job, and it's very
Hmm.
cringe. And it's like, okay, good job making us not like you, however you can, because there's plenty to like about Liv Morgan, even if she is a heel, right?
Right.
Um,
True.
so what's next for Liv Morgan? Obviously, we saw on Raw tonight, and we'll just like quick chat about it. She came out and was giving Raquel her flowers for being the new Women's Intercontinental Champion,
Hmm.
with the barbed wire IC title. Um,
I didn't see the barbed wire around it, but I mean,
it
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 would.
wasn't it wasn't tacky. It's just got a couple barbed wire streaks across it. It's like, okay, they
Gotcha.
did something to it. I mean, it's it's not a fire hazard like Trick's fur belt was, right? Like so.
Yeah. Right.
It fits Raquel's gimmick. She
Hmm.
Liv goes on to give Roxanne flowers, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just see a triple threat amongst the three of them at some point.
Yeah.
Um, but obviously not for a little while. Is curious, how many factions do you know of that started like all men or had like one woman and then flipped and now it's majority
Mostly
women with just a
women.
couple like
Yeah.
I can't think of any. Shine and I
Uh,
were just talking about, like, we like, every couple weeks, or not couple weeks, that's very frequent, like, once every couple months, it's like, "Oh, let's go through the timeline of how the Judgment Day started and who was in it again." And, like, I
mhm.
was like I was talking last night about, like, "Oh, yeah," and then Carlito was in there. She's like, "I don't remember Carlito." I was like,
Yep.
"He was there for, like, a year, but, like, Judgment Day's been around for, like, 5 years now." So,
It
like,
like I said, it's just kind of been almost the same amount as the Bloodline. They
yeah.
kind of started around the same time with each other. So I think in a way Judgment Day has kind of had a more of a constant than the Bloodline, even though you know
Well, because the
uh,
bloodline kinda fell apart,
it
like,
fell apart for
because
a little while, so they had a slight bit of a break where Judgment Day has always kind of been in that constant story. And
Mhm.
even though they were going through their changes, but the Bloodline had their time away, and it kind of went away for a little bit. But now we're back into the main picture of the Bloodline stuff. But yeah, it's just I think like the Judgment Day has been this like staggering, like holding on by a thread type of thing at this point, where the Bloodline is just now, getting back to being like this solid faction again. So it's like
Yeah,
Judgment Day's holding on while Bloodline is just regaining their importance. So it's
yeah.
interesting how that is.
So, like, timeline-wise, if you go back to 2020 SummerSlam, I think, yeah, SummerSlam was the Roman Reigns return.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's and that was, like, the introduction of the tribal chief,
Yep.
Roman,
Tribal Chief was
um,
born.
and then he won the title, like, the Universal title, literally the next week at Payback, and then we got him versus Jey Uso, and, like, the Bloodline, I think, formed around that fall, and then WrestleMania 37 was when we had, uh, Damian Priest help Edge. I think he beat AJ Styles. Like, I think it was Edge versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania 37. That can't be
Probably.
right. That can't be right. That can't be right because WrestleMania 37 main event was Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan.
That's right. Yeah. But I'm trying to think who it was that Damian Priest took out for Edge. Uh.
It might have been SummerSlam
Mm,
because I don't think it was WrestleMania 38. That feels like I feel
too
like Judgment
recent.
Day has been around way longer.
Yeah.
I, I'd have to go back and look that up.
Yeah. We'll have
But
to go back.
anyway, you know, Becky made her return tonight and was throwing shade at Liv pretty hard.
It was
And
good.
then
Yeah.
Liv's walking up the ramp with Roxanne and Raquel, and then Stephanie comes. So, like, kind of fully expecting Stephanie to make the return, and then once Becky made the return, it's like, okay, maybe we're gonna wait on Stephanie. But to get the both of them in the same segment was like, whoa. And
Yeah.
then we had the Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer like face off, and it's like, okay, they're cooking. Like, we're gonna
Yep.
for Liv not defending that title for as long as she did, and now finally getting this. It's like, okay, this was the plan through the summer, and they just had to hold off because of
Yep.
Stephanie's injury, probably. So
Yeah. So now annoying heel at this point with no expression and just kind of just
for
being that.
for years, dude, for
Yeah.
years.
So I think you can just tell his demeanor is just like, I'm loving this, how I'm playing this out right now.
Well, and
So,
apparently backstage is all over it. So, like,
mhm.
uh, th-
And the fact that
as
like Jay is just, he just like started freaking out. He's like,
it's so good, dude.
like you use
Um,
my shit on me.
yeah. Oh, I think, like, for a moment we were like, is Solo actually going to turn on LA Knight? Like, was he just like roping him in, and then he's actually going to go join the Bloodline? It's like, at this point, that ain't happening. Solo is definitely staying. He's sticking to his gimmick that he's in now.
Uh,
And it sounds like we're both here for it. The match went 11 minutes long. I don't think it overstayed its welcome. I thought it was
mm-mm.
fine.
It's another one
Um,
that again,
let's see.
definitely,
Um,
definitely.
uh, let's get to the okay. Gunther defeats Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis went out there and did what he needed to do, which was show everybody what he could do.
Yep, did a good job.
I didn't love him just quickly tapping out to the headlock the way he did. I know he got into it and got out of it a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought he could have shown a little bit more fight in there. But nonetheless, I don't think this is the last time that we see Nick Aldis in the ring.
Yeah, I would want to definitely see him a little bit more, like how he can just go from general manager to being able to somebody that can just be like, hey, we're gonna fight, you know. So
holding out for the him versus Drew match. There's like
definitely,
absolutely opportunity for that.
100%.
So we'll see. We'll see if Drew McIntyre makes his return. I mean, he was on the promo graphic work for the SmackDown that's coming to Philly this week. So like, who knows?
We could be getting it. Yeah,
you might
I'll be in attendance in Philly this Friday. So if anybody is going to be there, let me know. You know, we'll you know, fist bump each other.
Yeah.
Coolio.
So cool.
So
Coolio.
So stupid.
Way cooler.
We'll say hi. We'll say hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
I thought the match was great. I would go back and watch it again. You can tell Nick Aldis hasn't really been wrestling. Like, not saying it was bad, but like for him having not really wrestled, like I thought he did fairly well, and he's in there with Gunther. Like, I thought they had great in-ring chemistry.
Mm-hmm. I didn't pay attention to the whole match because we were still in the middle of the party, so I was kind of going back between host and watching the match and everything. But from what I saw, you know, I was
on Saturday.
Saturday, and then kind of just getting ready for the party. My bad. So getting ready for certain things. So I was kind of in between, you know, getting stuff ready and just watching the match. But from what I saw, you know, it was good to see Nick Aldis in the ring and just being able to just show what he can do. You can see, obviously, there was a little bit of ring rust, and being that he hasn't, you know, wrestled in X amount of years, which is understandable. But, yeah, I wouldn't definitely not mind seeing him in the ring again for, like we said, like a Drew McIntyre or something.
Or Kevin Owens match.
Kevin Owens would be brilliant, too. Yeah, so, I mean.
We're going to get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Fatal Influence defeats the Bella Twins and Paige. Match went 7 minutes and 30 seconds. It could have went 5 for all I cared. I barely paid attention to this match because I knew how it was going to pan out.
While I was doing, I was like, yeah, I can care less about this match, so I barely even watched most of it. But so
Paige ate the pin, and it set up for what everyone saw coming. Just do have to talk about real quick. Brie Bella, like, I forget what otherwise, like, you could just have that match on SmackDown. Like, it doesn't need to be on a PLE.
Yeah. If anything, test it out on a SmackDown or something and just let that see, you know, how the audience takes it. And then if you want to run it back, do it on a pay-per-view. But, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Let's just keep it moving here. CM Punk. So they set up the match by having like the Street Fighter selector character business.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
I
really
thought
cool.
was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who entered first, if it was CM Punk or Cody Rhodes.
It was Cody Rhodes.
Okay. He comes up with the helmet that's got the guile hair on it, and I'm like, this looks ridiculous, bro. Like, I was like, it is 10% cool, 90%. I don't like this at all. So I was like, I mean, at the very least, like, I never want to see that again. Like, it was fine for SummerSlam to be like, hey, we're promoting Street Fighter. Cool, I get it. It's fine.
Right. And not to be going back to the 6-man tag, but I'll say this for a stint. My dad was watching at the time, and so he sees Jacob Fatu's werewolf mask, and he's like, he's not wrestling with that thing, is he? I'm like, he's just wearing it for the entrance. He's not gonna wrestle with that thing. And I told you that my dad does not watch wrestling. All he's like, that dude's not gonna wrestle with that thing, is he?
So, your dad's just watching like, He's kidding me, right?
Yeah,
He can't
he's
be
just
serious.
watching it and he's just like giggling with like these guys are pathetic. Like,
Same shit my dad would say 100%. I mean, the wolf mask was great, and like we were saying, that's got to be Bray Wyatt's guy that did the mask.
yeah,
I
for
hated that
sure.
it had the Gears of War logo right on the forehead. I was like, you could have done without that. Like, I get it. Yeah,
But
yeah.
ads, sponsors, for sure.
I will
Whatever.
say, I thought that they did decent with like evenly sprinkling the additives
I
to
mean,
the
yeah,
entrances and after the match. You're not getting. I mean, we got a Wingstop chair in the Hell in a Cell, which I was like, oh brother, okay.
yeah.
Um, but other than that, like I thought that they spread it out a lot better instead of like
Instead of having
uh,
just literal ads, like they just spread
literal
it within.
commercial breaks like that were
Yeah, like I think that worked a little bit better. Instead, like get your ads in somewhere else instead of just breaking and breaking and breaking and breaking. You know, there's other ways you can throw in spots, and I think they did a lot better job with just making it, you know, the entrances sponsored by this or like the match sponsored by this, and then the wrestlers are, you know, wearing certain gear that's, you know, related to that ad or something that still gets the thing out without having to ruin the match and having to, you know, cause the match to go longer because you have to wait to see a 1 minute ad that nobody cares about.
right.
But
Um,
yeah, Cody's mask was like, it was cool, but yeah, I mean, you can kind of obviously tell with the Guile, you know, hair. It's like, okay, this is the way he's like portraying because he's obviously Guile in the movie. But yeah, it was like, probably could have thought of something else, but I get it.
it's it's kind of like whatever. I'm just glad Cody didn't come out with the Guile hair and do the match. Like that would have been bad, right?
That's true,
Um,
Brandon. At least there was no dude wipes.
there were no Dude Wipes because there was no Pat McAfee. I mean, Dude Wipes is a huge sponsor of the Pat McAfee show on ESPN.
Uh-huh.
So no Pat McAfee is better for business. No Dude White abs.
It
No
got
Dude
wiped
Wipes
away.
ad.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
boodum. Um, the match itself was a little slow in the early on part, but
It
like
definitely did take a little bit to kind of get going, but yeah.
it's. I mean, they got a half hour. I'm happy for that. You could almost tell the guys were wrestling with a chip on their shoulder that they weren't closing out the show, and the Hell in a
Yeah.
Cell match did. And in my head, I was like, okay, if Hell in a Cell is closing out, this thing better go crazy, and we're gonna get to that in a second.
Mhm.
Um, CM Punk did not need to go for a moonsault. I know I said that in the chat with Brandon. I was like,
I didn't see
we
that in
didn't.
real time. I saw it today and I'm like, yeah, that was just like, oof, don't
He
do that
went
again,
so
Punk.
he went so lopsided. I'm like, you have nothing to prove off the top rope,
Yeah.
dude. Like you
Like
go get
stick to
injured.
the elbow drops. Like
Thank you. Yeah, I thought I thought the match was fun. I
I definitely didn't doubt that the match was going to deliver. It's just
the
the
build.
actual delivery and the build to it was just like so lackluster in the fact that like, hey, we're friends. I know we have to go into battle, but we're friends. I hope we stay friends after this. But I'm still gonna whoop your ass. I'm like, okay, just we know that. Just
Yeah,
come on, like
yeah. I love you. I don't like you. It's like we've heard this
yeah,
before.
like
Okay,
they
like
literally got to the point where they were finally able to get their hands on each other the night before their match. Like they could have done this 3 weeks ago, and it would have been that much more entertaining instead of the same promos every week. Like you know, I care about you. You know, I respect you. But when we get in that ring, it's all at the table. Like we know. Like
we like no kidding. No kidding.
no kidding.
I think the like you said, the lackluster build to the match is what took it off of the main event, but also what they wanted to do with Brock and Oba after the match is why they wanted to close the show out with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let's actually just jump to it. We talked at the start of the show about Punk and Cody and Seth and Roman. Uh, all four of those guys delivered in their lengthy matches. Like stellar stuff. I'm
Definitely.
stoked. Um, we did not talk about the return of Randy Orton. I almost totally skipped over that. We got Randy Orton coming in to get
Yes.
Cody Rhodes. The camera work was a complete botch because we didn't get the, oh, here's Randy from out of nowhere. It, like, literally had the guy on the side of the ring
They
seeing
literally
Randy come
almost
through
like
the
missed
crowd. Like,
it.
yeah. But alas, we finally got Randy Orton dropping Cody. So we are setting up for that feud
Mhm.
away from the title.
Good.
Thank God. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
literally keep Cody away from the title and just be interesting without it. Like, he's just been so stale in the title picture for me.
Yep.
Um okay, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. The match went 11 minutes and 40 seconds, and they barely used the cage here. I mean, it's like
Which, I mean, you got to put it to the point that they are two massive dudes.
they
So
weren't climbing on
they're
top of
not going
it.
to be climbing that thing, but the least that they were going to be doing is just throwing each other into the cage and stuff like they did. Fine. But, everybody expects if you're going to put a Hell in a Cell match together, you're going to have people climbing that thing. So it would have had the same impact without the Hell in a Cell. They probably could have made a different stipulation, but you know, it is what it
I
is. It was still a
I
good match.
I think if anything, they could have worked their way on the outside of the cell at some point.
Yeah.
Not climbing.
It could have easily just been a regular steel cage match, and that would have been the same result. It didn't have
It
to
could
be a Hell in a Cell.
it could have just been a street fight. I mean,
That too, at the very least. But if they were still trying to keep a cage element into it, just make it a steel cage match because then it's the same thing, just it doesn't have a cover on it. So,
yeah,
they
I
would have
mean
been able to do the same stuff.
the cell at least allows them to go around the outside of the ring. Like, so there
That's
is
true. Well, yeah, the steel cage doesn't, but yeah.
so you got the table spot out there, which looks like Brock ate that table pretty hard.
Uh huh.
Um, dude, Brock nailed Oba with the steel steps, and Oba went down so fast. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, it was crazy, dude. It was just like,
Yeah,
pow,
and
right on the freaking mat. I'm like, "Oh god, that's awesome."
and
Um,
we got to talk about the moment where he paid homage twice to the Undertaker. From one which I didn't catch live until catching it after. Brock gets up abruptly and kind of laughs at
and
Oba,
does the laugh. Yeah,
pays homage to the Undertaker there, and then the final tombstone on the wood plates. Once he did the
and the
whole, I'm
and
like,
the
yeah.
and the Taker
and
pin too, right?
the pin. Yep. So that was paying obviously homage to the Undertaker, but that also says the same thing that we were talking about in our group chat. Finishers don't mean squat anymore.
Well,
You know.
okay, so their second match, it took 7 F5s to put Obafemi down, and they were all pretty much like right in a row, right?
Yeah.
So you you had his first two F5s. Oba kind of just like got right back up, and then the third
Right.
one he stayed down for the pin count for the 2 count. Um, I mean, a tombstone on the wood with the mat completely uncovered and kicking out,
Was
and then
wild.
and then and then literally getting up and hulking up. I mean, he went
Yeah.
full Hulk Hogan, and then
Right.
I don't know if Oba decided or if it was choreographed, like, okay, the fall from grace is just going to be on the regular mat, or if it was supposed to be on the hardwood.
I noticed that too. I wasn't sure if that kind of got, screwed up if he was supposed to put him on the wood and he just was too far off the target that it just was where he landed. But, it seemed like he was about to go for that on the wood. So, yeah, that's another good thing to point out that, not that if we're picking out specifics about the match, but yeah, it seemed like that could have been a spot for the another spot for the wood piece, but maybe it was just the fact that we're picking up Brock and the momentum just pushing him back from the target, and
I think everybody would have preferred he landed on the wood to be like, okay, that sealed the deal.
yeah,
Um, but also like I don't think it needed to happen. It's fine the way it panned out.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
After the match, Brock comes back in the ring. He hugs Obafemi, which I thought, like, hey, at least start with the handshake. But nonetheless, he grabs the mic. He tells everybody, I'm the past. This guy is the future of the WWE. Raises his hand, literally passes the torch. Um,
Yep.
Oba looks like he's like about to cry again, which, like, I mean, the guy coming up to the main roster and going straight to Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania, beating him, and now
Yeah.
it's like he knows he's a made man, you
Yep.
know. So
That pretty much puts you in the, the pinnacle.
it,
Like they're putting a lot of trust in you. So,
uh,
start stepping up to the plate. You've pretty much stepped up to the plate at this point. Now you need to start swinging.
yeah, I mean,
So
he's already
I'm stoked for Oba with what they're going to put him through, because obviously they like we said earlier in the show, they already put an Easter egg that they're going to set up Braun Breaker and Oba eventually, which stoked about. Can't
yep,
wait for that to happen. I would even say let that cook for a little bit. Just keep on feeding it to us, and then it eventually happens.
yeah. I think that feels like a Money in the Bank match, and then it feels like Oba, unless
Unless,
we get Oba and Bronson Reed first, and then we work our way to Bronson or to Braun Breaker at like the Rumble
I
kind of
was
thing.
thinking that too. Like, maybe they get the final, or maybe they finally get their hands on each other at the Rumble, and then we get something within the WrestleMania road to WrestleMania part. Maybe they get into it at the Elimination Chamber, or something.
Yeah,
And we
stoked to
still
see
gotta
what they
we still
decide.
gotta remember that Oba is the king of the ring. He still owes us, whether he's going to challenge Roman or Punk at this point. But I think the obvious choice is Roman that he's going to want to go after.
So I think they have that in their back pocket in case if The Rock is able to do WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
then you have Oba take the belt off of Roman at the Royal Rumble, right? So
Mm.
because if you have Oba with this title shot in his back pocket, but you have someone else win the Royal Rumble and someone else win the Elimination Chamber, then you've got like three number one contenders and two titles to go after. So it's
Yeah.
like we'll see what they decide to do. Looking forward to it for sure. Overall feelings on night one, Anth. It's just um yo, what's up from the UK?
Hey,
Uh
Will from the UK. What's going on, my brother? Thank you for tuning
thanks
in.
Thanks for joining the One Set podcast. We are just wrapping up the Saturday night of SummerSlam recap here. I thought overall stellar show. Um, Nothing against the women in the 6-woman tag, but like it was just predictable. Like we knew
Yeah.
Nikki was going to turn on Paige. Um, I didn't feel like anything was really that bad, other than like, okay, why did we get Hell in a Cell if they weren't going to use the cell? Like I I made sure, like, okay, if WrestleMania was that bad with the ads and the short match lengths, I was like, if they drop the ads and we get a little bit lengthier matches, the overall flow of the show definitely just moved a
And
lot quicker.
it definitely panned out, and it definitely worked. They
Yeah,
definitely did a
I
lot
was
better with
happy.
it. Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at the night 2 match card. I was like, they might nail night 2. I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't a match on there other than Baron Corbin and Trick Williams, but I was like, it's Trick Williams. Like I'm stoked to
When
see his
that happened,
entrance.
I'm like, this is gonna be a bad one for Jin to be looking at, because I mean, for the whole fact that we only really got what I think 2 matches really wrong, and we went 50-50 on one of them. So you know, uh, I think overall with our predictions, we did pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get the night 2. We're gonna we're gonna talk about some of these returns here immediately. Opening the show was Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn for the number 1 contendership. Nick Aldis comes out, adds Gunther in the match, and I was like, this is definitely an eyebrow raiser. Like
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was a little weird. Um, and then he's like, "Ah, I'm not done yet." And as soon as he said that, I was like, "No way!" I like started getting hype, and then
Yeah.
Kevin Owens' music hits, and I
I
lost
honestly
it,
didn't
dude.
even think about Kevin, and I'm like, oh, wait, who's gonna be? And then Kevin Owens thing hits. I'm like, oh, here we go. Thank God, let's go. So I'm like, all right, well now, one, Sammy's definitely not winning this, and I'm like,
Yep.
all right,
They
at
wouldn't
this
bring
point,
Kevin Owens back and him not win like
right.
that.
So I'm like, all right, he's got to be top two. I mean, Finn Balor maybe second or third. It would be either like Kevin Owens, Gunther, then Finn. So, yeah, awesome to see Kevin Owens come back and just get this big pop from the audience.
Yeah, overall the match wasn't like anything crazy. I think I was half paying attention to the match because I was just flabbergasted that Kevin Owens was back and was just so hype. And then I mean he stunned everybody with the return and then he hit Sammy with the stunner and pinned him after the stunner and I was like, "Let's go. Kevin Owens is back and he's the number 1 contender. He's going to be going after CM Punk and I mean, we're getting CM Punk versus Kevin Owens. That's a win for everybody. I mean, come on, that is a dream
Yeah.
match right there.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
literally, Punk returned at War Games 2023, and then um, I think Kevin Owens was in and out, and he was tied up with like Sammy and stuff. So like
Yeah.
oh, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk came back, and then he got injured at the Rumble.
Yeah.
So Punk was out for a while, and then by the time Punk came back and returned, Kevin Owens was still like they were leaning towards Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania, but Kevin Owens was tying up loose ends with Sami Zayn, and then Kevin Owens got injured, so like they haven't even had a chance to do this Punk Owens stuff yet.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I can't wait. I'm so stoked. The match went 8 minutes and 30 seconds. The match didn't even have to be great to open up the show because the return of Kevin Owens is just like, let's go. Like
Yep.
tonight's gonna be awesome. And I
Yep.
was I was so hyped for it. Um
It
the
was a
next
great way to kick off the second night. So
absolutely. Baron Corbin defeated Trick Williams. I had a feeling um that they might do this only because it's like maybe they're gonna push Trick Williams into the upper mid card and
yeah,
maybe position him for Money in the Bank. My only complaint is why did they give him a custom title
and
if
in
he,
order to just drop it,
in
yeah,
order to just drop it? Because like if he was only going to hold that thing for 2 weeks for Baron Corbin to win it, Baron Corbin should have just won the regular title because him winning the
mm-hmm.
fur belt looked super goofy. I already don't like the guy, so like
Right.
I was like,
I
this
mean,
is not helping.
unless they are just putting Trick on the chase at this point to make it more credible when he wins it back. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I yeah, there's so much going on in the main card right now with so many people surrounding it with number one contenders, this feud, that feud. I think that's so crowded up on the main, little top
Card
spots right now.
for
So
SmackDown
I would be
specifically.
fine with Trick, going back and, trying to win it back from Corbin. So he still remains relevant because I feel I just don't want Trick to just get smothered in and just lost in the sauce with everything. So
Yep.
uh, I would be fine with him just still feuding with Baron Corbin to try to get his title back for right now, and then eventually, I mean, we know eventually Trick is definitely going to be one of those top guys, and that would be also another one to really see with Oba and Trick Williams eventually. So
Absolutely.
we got a whole bunch of, like I said, looking forward to all the different types of combinations that they're going to pull for Oba, and Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Trick Williams, you know, all of them are, dynamite.
Yeah. I do think that there is a potential for Baron Corbin to keep it for a little bit and then they can elevate and bring Carmelo Hayes
Yeah.
back into the fold.
Yeah.
Um we'll see what happens. Moving along the next match we had uh the ladder match for the interim women's WWE championship.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, last week I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go with Chelsea Green.
You
And I
had an
was
inkling, and hey, man, we sometimes they obviously just pulled the trigger on that, and I think that was the best thing that they did because I mean they figured she's not going to hold it for that long. Might as well make it entertaining because she's going to put some type of spin on it, and at least she can give us some good matches while Rhea is healing up. And then when Rhea comes back, we know at least Chelsea's going to, put her in a good elevated spot. Why not? She's been doing good. Give her a little bit of a shine. So then down the line, when she actually wins it for real, people will be, back to be like, yeah, she definitely deserves this.
I feel like it being an interim title, it's like, why not just give her the chance and then take it off of her when Rhea comes back? Why not? Like,
Exactly. Like we have been saying, like if you're going to like have these younger stars, you're going to have to put them in these situations to see how they do. Because instead of just continuing to just ride it out with Roman, Cody, and all these other guys, which you already know can run the show, you're going to eventually have to risk some of these superstars to see how they do, and either they sink or swim. You're going to have to eventually start putting these people in these positions to see how they do if you want these people to be if this is your next generation. You're going to have to put some risks out there.
I think that, like, because everyone's like, oh, yeah, up yours, Michael Hayes. Like, Chelsea showed you. Guys, Michael Hayes said that on purpose to get support for Chelsea Green. It worked.
It definitely did.
Everyone got worked. This whole Braun Breaker thing, we've been like, we don't get it. We don't know why they're holding Braun Breaker back with the vision. He's a tag title. He's a tag team champion. Everybody was fired up about Braun Breaker, and then look what they did. They put him in a stare down with Obafemi. They did that on. It was all part of the
Mm-hmm.
plan. They
Yep.
know what they're doing, and it worked. I mean,
Yep.
the Chelsea Green stuff, I was stoked for her to get her moment,
Same.
albeit, yes, it is a asterisk interim WWE women's title, but it's like, let's see what she does with it. This is like her real test, like sink or swim.
I'm looking forward to seeing her this Friday to see what she does, and when coming out and seeing who is going to respond to her, because she'll have her little promo. I'm just excited to see like who her first opponent is going to be, whether it's going
I
to
think
be
it's
one of
I think it's Blake Monroe.
okay, yeah, that could be one. I'm thinking if
Maybe
we're gonna
not
have
right away,
right.
but
We
I
could have Charlotte, Jade, and somebody else like Tiff or somebody kind of coming out and saying I was this close, I was that close, I should have been the winner, blah blah blah. So maybe we get some type of you know match on Friday night with that, or leading into the next pay per view. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being there for the pop for Chelsea Green. That's gonna be awesome.
yeah, I love the spot that they did where they had the three ladders in the ring and they had Chelsea dead in the middle one, and then
Yep.
you
I'm
had
like, yep, they're definitely setting up a spot for her to come back. So that's gonna be awesome.
I I was waiting for because I was like, I mean, she can't just dangle there and then
For
someone
no
else grab the
reason.
belt. Like that
Yep.
would be
I was waiting for her to do that, sit up, and I didn't think she was gonna it was gonna be waiting until everybody gets off of it. I thought it was gonna come when everybody was up there, and you're getting everybody like just
the
inches away
fact
from
that
it, and then you see her levitate up and just get right up there.
the crowd is literally rooting for her. Come on, Chelsea. Come on,
Yeah. When
so
she was
like
up there, you see everybody in the back just like, come on, come
just
on.
going
They
crazy.
they were
Yeah,
loving it. It was
yeah, that
good.
was great.
Hmm.
That match went 13 minutes 5 seconds. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I have talked on here before about women using the weapons. So when they're swinging those ladders around, then they're not swinging with a lot of speed, and
Hmm.
they're contacting the other wrestler with a tiny little love tap, and they're overselling it. I'm like, just stop. But
Yeah.
I was like,
There were a couple decent spots though in that match.
oh,
What was it? Lash Legend kind of throwing Tiff on the ladder spot,
Tiff
and
ate the
Tiff,
ladder a couple times, like
yeah, and
real
she
bad.
sold that one for sure, just so you can hear it. But yeah, she definitely sold that one really well, and yeah, I will agree. Tiff did get a couple decent ladder shots in that
Some
match.
nasty, nasty spots. And I was like, oh, you know what else is really cool? We're getting the women's Money in the Bank match in like 2 months.
Mm.
So
Might see a
interesting.
couple of the same people in here. So
But at the same time, last year's women's Money in the Bank match was freaking awesome, dude.
yeah,
Just so good.
it definitely
Stephanie
was.
Stephanie Vaquer had just come up on the main roster like a couple months before that,
Hmm.
and she showed up and showed out in that one.
Definitely
Um, all right, let's move along here. We had Danhausen defeating Dominic Mysterio. I mean, this was
fine.
just to get
Yep.
Danhausen on the show. I didn't care. It was kind of like, hey, let's have a little breather after the ladder match
Hmm.
before the Chad and Penta match. Um, I don't. I'm a little annoyed at myself that I didn't put two and two together. That Danhausen said, "Oh yeah, do the Human Money's on a pole match." I don't know why I didn't think immediately that he was going to hit the sparklers in the corner,
I wouldn't have
and
thought of
that
that, but yeah, I
when
mean,
it happened, I was like,
it's
I can't
fine.
believe I didn't think of that. And it was, you know what? I'm just glad that the Judgment Day wasn't going after Danhausen on Raw tonight.
Yeah, I am glad that it's kind of done and they've moved on.
let's
And
let's let's move away from that. We got Dom and JD. They went after Penta and Chad Gable tonight. I was like,
good,
totally cool.
good. Yep,
Dom, like, let's start building towards Triple Mania, which is next month.
yep,
They're all gonna be there. Like, they're all gonna be on that show.
yep.
So
So that kind of leads us into, I think the next match was Chad Gable and Penta, right? So,
yep.
uh, enough said. I mean, Penta is Penta. I think this is obviously not going to hurt him that much. He's definitely going to be moving heads. I mean, if anything, he takes a little time off or he goes into AAA for a little bit. But
I
obviously,
think
seems like
he's
they're not done
literally
with
in.
him. I mean, I was from what happened on Raw tonight. It looks like he's going to be in Chad Gable's corner for the time being. I thought he was going to turn heel and take out Chad for a minute. When he came out, I'm like, "Ooh, are we going to get a heel Penta for a
I
minute?"
did for a second think that, and I was like, he's too over. Everybody loves him too much. I don't think they're gonna do that yet. Like, I think
Right.
I think they're gonna
I
hold out
I
on that.
thought of that too, but I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised because I mean, if anything, you're still gonna have people loving him no matter what. So, but it would be hard for him to turn heel if they were gonna turn him heel because of that, because he's so over. So,
Oh,
it's one of those
the
situations where like you're trying to make him a heel, but he's still so much of a babyface that people aren't gonna want to see. They're not gonna believe it as much.
the
But
only way you turn Penta heel is if you have El Grande Americano come back, because he's gonna be super over when he comes back to the main roster. So you you could turn Penta at that point because you'll have El
uh,
Grande Americano to fill that void, right?
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
So I thought the Chad Penta match was okay. Cheyenne is furious that Penta tapped out. I saw it more.
Jen did not like the fact that Chad won either. I'm like, it's fine. I mean, Chad definitely, deserved it. It's his first title. She's like, I don't care. Like, like,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I I'm just like, you know what? I think that I think the tap out to the ankle lock was to pay homage to Kurt Angle.
yep,
Like,
100%.
I was I was like, okay. I think also they wanted to protect the ankle lock and say, okay, Chad is going to beat people with the ankle lock, so we might as well just have Penta tap out here. Um,
Yep.
I thought he tapped out a little bit quicker. Like, I feel like he could have fought a little bit longer.
Uh huh.
Um, but also, like, they clearly were saving the long drawn out matches for the main title matches, which
Yeah.
um, you know, and yeah, I'm super stoked for Chad to get the opportunity finally. It's been a long
Same.
time coming.
Same.
Um, the root beer mascot.
Yeah.
I was like, tell me this is Big Cass. Um,
Yeah. Right.
Actually, Cheyenne said, is this that guy that's supposed to be debuting tomorrow?" I was like, "No, he's debuting tomorrow. That is just a mascot." She's like,
Please let him
"You're."
still be debuting tomorrow, and not just be that. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like, "We're just
I saw
we're."
that. I'm like, what is going on? But understood it was for an ad, but I'm like, come on now. Like,
I mean,
don't let this drag out. Like, come on
I
now.
I think Cheyenne just thought that because we just had the gingerbread man mascot
Yep.
that was like, I was like, "Nah, I'm pretty sure this is just an ad insert here."
Yep.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's get to the main event of
It just would have
Roman
been so much
Reigns.
better if he was chugging milk
100%.
instead of root beer. But yeah.
Yeah. Roman Reigns, your world heavyweight champion, defeats Seth Rollins
I mean, if
in
this match doesn't reign cinema and like the epitome of how a wrestling match should be, I mean, there was no interruptions, no, like they had a great, build to this, and they were able to integrate things from the Shield. They paid homage to Dean Ambrose. This match was, I mean, amazing in my book. I mean, I don't want to say, oh, 10 out of 10, because obviously there's no match that's always going to be like a 10 out of 10. But is that I would, if I had
a,
to rank like out of 10, it's definitely going to go over a 9,
a not like a 9-5. I don't think they could have
Yeah.
gotten this match any better. I think it was as good
Yeah.
as they could have gotten it. And
Mm-hmm.
for the two of them that are wrestling soulmates, right? Like they put their everything into this match for each other, for the legacy of both of their careers. Clearly
Yep.
we're supposed to get this match at WrestleMania. Um, I was like, this is better than Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. I mean, they just have the history all over them, right?
If
So,
anything, it's probably better that it was at SummerSlam than WrestleMania. So,
well, because WrestleMania was such dog shit. So, like, yeah,
yes. So we
yeah,
probably wouldn't have gotten the same match. So it's probably, if anything, better that it was Roman and Punk. Which, I mean, again, that match was great too. But I think this Seth and Roman match was stellar. Beyond means, and it delivered on all cylinders. Just paying homage to this, paying homage to that. Seth with the mask, Roman with, it seemed like he had like the Shield shoes, and they had a whole bunch of Shield uh, symbolism throughout the match, so it was
they
great.
Seth did the Dean rock back between the ropes and came up for the
Yep.
lariat. I was like, all
And
right,
then Roman with the Dean Ambrose DDT, so
Dirty
definitely it was
Deans.
good. Yep. So it was good, and the fact that they both at the end were able to just do the whole Shield you know fist bump thing at the end, just to say okay, this is the end, putting this to bed so we can let the Shield die at this point.
Yeah, and that's probably. I mean, they never have to wrestle one on one again. Like they
Nope.
just that's it.
And I mean, the only other thing that could have made this top was if Dean Ambrose came out. But I think we all obviously knew that was not going to happen. But that would have been the icing on the cake or cherry on top. That hey, just have that little moment where Dean Ambrose comes out and costs one of them the match. But
Yeah, I was pulling for Seth to win, even though I knew Roman was going to win because I know like we both have Roman dropping that belt to Obafemi because nothing else makes sense.
that, and this is just another check mark in his career that like he's like, all right, I couldn't beat Seth. Seth has always beat me, and I'm in this spot of my career. Okay, check mark. I finally beat Seth Rollins. So
Yeah,
this is just
and
going
I
to be something in his career to be like, all right, this is another one of your accolades that you made through.
and I think that he is going to defend against Drew McIntyre again, and instead of there being bloodline interference, because that was, Roman Reigns is currently on the run of ain't nobody interfering because that's what the legacy of Roman Reigns needs to be remembered is at the end of his tenure. He went on a tear where like just nobody could beat him, and he did it by himself like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I, and I'm
I'm all for it if that's how his next couple matches are going to go. That he doesn't need to have the interference. He has them if he needs them, but trying to make it where like, hey, I got this tonight. I don't need the help. And just with the same thing on the backstage segment where he was talking to Fatu and the Usos, talking about LA Knight, saying like, you guys had your chance. Let me deal with them. Like, don't even touch them. And then we get LA Knight coming right from behind him, saying like, "Did I hear him say
you,
you can't touch me?" He's like, and then Jey Uso tries to step to him. He's like, "Oh, you don't want to say too much. Have your daddy put his leg across his lap."
like bend you over his knee. Yeah, that's so good, dude.
I gotta say that promo tonight with him and Roman was awesome. I think we did mention it earlier tonight, but yeah,
I
LA Knight is on a run.
yeah, I
So
was honestly dozing in and out during that opening promo, and I was like, I gotta wake up and not fall asleep during
I
this whole episode.
I
Raw.
just like I usually do. I was watching it with the closed caption, so I was trying to read it and kind of read the lip sync as well to kind of catch what he was saying. But yeah, great stuff. I'll watch it again in the morning to catch the full thing with sound. But from what I was reading and how I was interpreting with it, LA Knight was going off, and he's definitely putting on better promos at this point that are meaningful and again I'm not sure. I don't think he really had any flops or mess ups with it. I think he did it pretty well from what it seemed like. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I have no doubts that they're looking to get LA Knight with that briefcase, and he's gonna be, up Roman's rear end, just saying, "Hey, I can cash this in on you anytime now. So just whenever you're whenever you turn around, just know I'm gonna be right there and just be like, hey, watch your back." So
I,
I can't wait for it.
I will say this: I will be pissed if we get Roman Reigns versus Obafemi at WrestleMania, and then, uh, LA cashes in to do the triple threat thing,
I
and
would be mad at that, but
and then
because we want
and then,
Oba, but yeah,
but if Obafemi pins LA Knight, I'll be like, that's lame.
yeah,
E- even if
it'll be
Oba
hard.
has it, even if Oba has it, and then it's like, okay, Roman Reigns wins King of the Ring and faces Oba at SummerSlam, and then Oba then beats Roman Reigns, I'll be like, I don't like that. I'll just be like,
Yeah,
I don't like that.
it'll be hard because like I said, there's so many different people that are waiting to get their chance to get that belt, whether it's uh you know the undisputed or the WWE champion. I mean, there's so many people in line, and it's like, how do you keep each of these people that if they're going to get their chance to be champion, how long do you keep them? How long until the next person takes it off? So it's like you have to play this like mind game of like, okay, I mean, we
Well,
want.
now and now they're cornered because Roman's going to keep that belt until Oba has it, and Oba's going to keep that belt for a while. So you literally have one
Yeah,
title that can actually move around.
right. Yeah, once
Which,
Oba
like,
gets it, he's definitely going to keep it for a little while. So it's like, if you're going to do changes, do them now while he doesn't have it, because once he does, that's going to be your champion for a good bit.
I can't see it. I mean, I, I think Roman beating CM Punk by himself, Roman beating, I mean, Jacob Fatu, okay, Alas by himself. Roman beats Seth Rollins by himself. Roman beats Drew McIntyre by himself.
Hmm.
Just makes Roman look unstoppable.
Yep.
It makes the Oba victory that much
Yep.
bigger rather than, Oba
Just
beat Roman
another guy
Reigns.
that beat Roman on the off night. Yeah, so it has to mean something.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there can't be any uh,
Flip
interruptions
and
with
flip flopping of the title, like just leave it on Roman this entire time. For when Oba takes it off, it feels that much more important, right?
hmm for sure. Yeah.
I do. I mean, I think we hit most of the keynotes from Raw. I mean, just Big Cass return and he put some size on him. We did say that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We
I mean,
we talked about the tag match. Um, the only thing we didn't talk about was Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys street fight, which like I honestly was like getting ready for tomorrow and like getting the
yeah.
equipment set up. So I kind of watched it, but also
Yeah. I was
I
kind
did
of in and out.
I did see the end. Royce Keys got mangled, which I was not expecting.
Right.
So I guess it'll be interesting to see how Solo answers to that. I was fully expecting Solo in LA to run out,
I
but they
thought of it.
didn't.
I thought that was going to happen too. I thought we were going to get the Usos coming out, and then you get Solo, or I thought Solo was going to come out, then you get the Usos, and then you get LA Knight for the big pop at the end. But it was just Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys. So uh, maybe that translates to Sunday. Maybe Solo ends up on SmackDown Sunday. Maybe this translates into something. We get Solo on SmackDown, something, hopefully. Uh, but yeah, uh, the main event was kind of like, eh. I was in and out with watching it. I was like, okay, it's
I
just
mean,
pretty much proving Jacob Fatu to Roman that, hey, I mean, you know, I'm still your
the,
guy.
the big takeaway for me was they let Jacob Fatu be an animal again. He
Yep.
was literally the Samoan werewolf because he's been very like subdued since being under Roman's thumb
Yep.
again. So it was good to see him be insane, and then for Roman to come out and be like, Royce Keys is dead.
Good job, bro.
Good job. You did it.
Yeah.
So
It's only us.
overall, overall, I thought it was a pretty good Raw. We got Becky and Stephanie back, which I thought was
Mm-hmm.
great.
Yeah.
Um,
This Raw definitely set up for the next couple months of what they're going into for the fall, and if a lot of these things are in fruition of what's going to happen in fall, it's going to be a pretty good season. So
yeah,
it looks like we
I
have
am.
a lot of good stuff to look forward to along with the
I thought
football season. So
I thought Big Cass looked great. I am excited to see what they do with him.
I am
On
too.
the
I mean,
We'll see. I think SmackDown. I'm looking forward to SmackDown this week more than Raw, just because you got Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
yeah.
Cody Rhodes is not your WWE champion.
Looking forward to see how that turns out because I mean I'm that was one of the reasons I bought the tickets so I can get Anthony to see Cody for the first time. So I mean I can't see him not being on there because we're gonna get CM Punk. So can't
he's definitely
not
going to be
think
there.
that Cody's gonna
We
be on there.
we got
So
to get some Cody and Randy Orton stuff for sure.
definitely. So we'll get
So
Kevin Owens. We're gonna get some Trick Williams and Baron Corbin. Uh, so the only thing that's gonna be disappointing about it is we don't get Rhea Ripley. But it's all good. We'll see what else happens. But we're gonna get Chelsea Green, so we'll see what
unless
happens with that.
unless Rhea shows up and congratulates her and says, "When I'm ready," like you just
Unless we
might.
do, that
You
could
never
be
know.
one of the things. Like one of those like out of nowhere saying like I'm not ready, but you know congratulations. Like I'm sure you were about to say congratulations, but hey, just remember
I'll,
this is
I'll
only
see.
temporary.
I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anth, let's wrap it up.
yeah, man. Just want to say thank you to everybody who hung out with us tonight and commented in the chat. Make sure you let us know what you thought of SummerSlam, what you thought of Raw tonight, and if you are looking forward to the next couple months into the fall of what WWE is, presenting to us. So, uh, for everybody who is here for the first time, my name is Anthony Irvin. I'm here with my co-host and best friend, Jim Green. We are the One Set Podcast. We talk WWE. We follow the storylines and predict the future from those storylines. And Jim, let everybody know where they can hit us up outside of our episodes.
That's the Facebook group One Set Fam. That is the number one, Set Fam. Come find us on Facebook. Hang out with us. Chat all things WWE. Let us know what you thought of the week's episode of Raw or the previous SmackDown. Let us know what you thought of SummerSlam. Let us know where you think everything's going towards Money in the Bank, Survivor Series, War Games, the John Cena Classic, which we don't know anything about, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. I want to have high hopes for the rest of the season leading up to WrestleMania 43.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna try to pull out all the stops, given WrestleMania is not in the United States. Um, they're already announcing the watch parties that they're doing in New York for WrestleMania. So I think they're gonna load up those cards as much as they can to get people to tune in.
yeah.
Anth, I love you, brother. Until
Love you
next
too, dude.
time.
If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to us, follow us, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and right here on YouTube, hit that notification bell. So thank you guys again. We will not be here next week. We're going to have a week off, and we'll be back the following week with more wrestling talk with you guys. So make sure you hit us up on our socials, and we'll be talking to you guys in the One Set Fam chat. So thank you guys again. We are the One Set Podcast. See you all next time.